Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 28th of July to the 3rd of August. So last week we had a new moon, which is Sun and Moon together, at the very beginning degrees of Leo, 2 degrees to be precise, making an exact opposition to Pluto. So what we're looking at here is where Aquarius and Leo are in our charts. If you've got anything near the 2-degree point, that will be significant, and what house they're in. So things that Leo can bring up could be confidence, stepping into your space, speaking with full voice, standing centre stage, learning to be more confident. Or on the other level, it can be ego, so taking up too much space, shouting too loudly, not listening, selfish outbursts. So each sign has a plus and a minus side, and those are the general themes, but opposite Pluto, some sort of power struggle there, somewhere where we need to find the balance. That's what an opposition is, 2 planets being opposite each other, but we get to choose how far to each side we feel comfortable. So if any issues began to come up there, possibly masculine, because Pluto and the Sun, but then again, the feminine side, so male emotions, or could be involving a female, dealing with mother and father as well. Was there a bit of a tug of war on the new moon? Very recently, because those energies do continue. A new moon starts a 2-week window, and we have Mercury retrograde tied in, because Mercury is retrograding in Leo and walking back to make a loose opposition on the day it turns direct on the 11th. So we know that a retrograde means to go in, to reflect, to review, to revise, to have a look at what subjects you've been prompted to go in and reevaluate. The outside world can sometimes give us hints or bring us situations which takes us on that inward journey. Or sometimes we get insights from the inside as what needs to change. So Mercury making its way back to this opposition that was begun with the new moon means that this will be taking us all the way through to around the 11th of August to have a reflection on our balance of power, on our confidence, on our ego, on our creativity, whichever topics have been coming up for you. Doesn't look too tricky though, because we've got a trine, a very good harmonic, as both Saturn and Neptune are walking the same degrees in retrograde. So Neptune is at 0 degrees, Saturn is at 1 this week, and they will stay close together throughout the whole autumn and winter, both dipping back into Pisces for a last look around the room, last tidy up. So the last conjunction of Saturn and Neptune was around the 21st of February, just as they were both in Aries, and now we've got the retro. So it's quite a way back to think, but how did we feel around the time of the first conjunction? We were heading towards the spring equinox. Vibrant Aries energies were starting to flood in early as Neptune had moved on, and Saturn came in to anchor those higher feminine frequencies. So what does a retro mean for both of those? First of all, we can retrospect back to the 21st of February. How did that feel? How did that transition go? Have we managed to recalibrate, to let go of any density in our body so that we can receive the higher vibrations? On this long retrograde now, how do they feel? What inspiration, divine insight are you receiving? How is that activated emotionally in your body? How can we take that within and become the embodiment of it? So with those 2 planets making a harmonic to the Sun opposite Pluto, this tells us that there's lots to gain and there shouldn't be too much friction. So maybe just go back to last week. What did the new moon bring for you? Are there lessons coming up? Is there a power struggle, an ego battle within yourself or with others? Any issues to do with the father, masculine power, as that will come back when Mercury turns direct on the 11th. So we've got that window of time to really meditate on that. But then the harmonic of Neptune and Saturn walking together all autumn and winter, we've got our chance now to be our highest frequency, to feel it in every cell, to embody it, to incubate it, to amplify it and to radiate it. So it seems like a wonderful retreat, real focus on higher self, not getting distracted with the mundane world and learning to dance with these new energies. And then of course the third reflection, as we're still in it, is what's the Mercury retrograde bringing up for you? Began on the 18th of July, will finish on the 11th of August, then we're into the awareness phase. And whereas this particular Mercury retrograde bringing things to the fore, as we're in the penultimate week, we should be able to have already had active experience of what this Mercury retrograde is meaning for us. So apart from the new moon, lots and lots and lots of retro action. It's a nice quiet time of year, hopefully for many. So can we be still, meditative, feel, adjust, rebalance, and find some inner peace away from the haste and noise. So if you would like to see where this is happening for you, I am available, zoehind7@gmail.com. I post these videos on my YouTube, Zoeastro, where there's a video for each sign and a video for each planet if you want to start to learn your own chart, and information about my courses, Astrology, Tarot, Numerology and more. I post links on my Instagram, zoehind7, and Facebook, AstroZo. And I also offer coaching, which is very positive during a retrograde period, to go back and undo some of the tangled knots of beliefs so that we can free ourselves up and create more space. So do contact me for any of that. But on the whole, stay quiet, stay inward, ask to be shown, what does this Mercury retrograde mean for me? But it's a nice, slow, reflective and recalibrating week. So wishing you a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week.